make another show.
Yay.
We appreciate you stopping by today. How you doing, Bray?
I'm walking on sunshine.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good.
And this hair.
Oh, thank you. It's KP, by the way.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
For the YouTube subscribers.
Right. This is Braydience. I'm so sorry. We just skipped that whole thing.
No, you did say your name, but it's okay.
Oh, shoot.
I was so worried about me saying my name.
Oh.
Yeah. Growing pains.
Yeah, we still trying to get it together.
So I'm looking at
sticking around.
Don't mind me, YouTube viewers. I'm just looking at how purple my hair actually is. But
it's purple, y'all.
Yeah.
It's Prince purple.
It's pretty. I wore a Purple Rain shirt, ironically, the other day too. I don't know what I was thinking. I just decided to do it.
Oh my goodness.
But I've done it before. It just was a different kind of purple. But it won't look like this next week. It will be kind of.
So I get to see a new KP.
Many looks of
better.
KP. Yeah.
I love it.
So thanks for stopping by today. Let us check your temperature before you come sit in our coziest chair. But keep your mask on though. Yeah, stay a while so we can talk to you.
I'm future.
Yeah.
Only while we're in here though.
Right.
Mask off.
Right. So we got another packed show today. We'll be talking about two players that I feel have improved since the 4.5 NBA hiatus, who I don't think is a championship team yet. And in case you're not picking up on it yet, this is going to be a very NBA-centric show. I'm going to talk about virtual fans. I can't wait to talk about that. And a list of my top NBA players and teams thus far, because now we're about 2 weeks into the bubble now, the restart, and there's a lot I'm seeing, a lot of surprises, some I'm not surprised by, and then some I'm very surprised by. And what you got, Ms. Bray?
Well, we're going to bring it back to a couple weeks ago and kind of touch on a topic where we were discussing the changes that you make, your physical appearance.
Yeah.
We're gonna dig into that a little bit deeper. Ooh. I got some more questions for the people.
I am interested.
Let's do this. Let me now you get started. I want to know who KP don't think is ready.
Oh, for the championship?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. But let me start with this. I want to talk about the NBA restart as a whole. I don't know if I said this on air, but I did say in many conversations with friends and people, just people who may not even care to even hear what I have to say. Like, I just talk to people by the bus stop, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I'll, just be like, this restart, I don't know how serious these players are going to take it. This may be just something where they collect a check and go home. Mm-hmm. But the competition has been next level. I am super surprised by the intensity and passion that I have seen thus far. It has a very NCAA college basketball vibe.
Ooh.
And that vibe is very hungry, very intense. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm trying to make it kind of energy.
I like it.
That's kind of what I'm getting from the NBA restart. And I'm pleasantly surprised, I have to say, because I didn't even think I was going to take the restart seriously, because it's an abbreviated end to the season. So, when you hear on paper, you hear like 8 games to seed and then the playoffs, and then you find a winner, you're like, huh. But then you see that the players come out, and I'm just like, this is better than the regular season to me.
Okay.
I love it. You can feel that the players are ready to play. You can feel the intensity through the screen. And the virtual fans I'm going to get to that in a second, but I don't know if you've been keeping up and watching these games, Braydience, but the virtual fans are like on it. And do you know what the virtual fans are, though, first of all?
Yes, I have. Okay. I see them, and because I didn't know if it was actual people that were streaming that they were watching, or if this was just footage that they had of old fans, or if they hired Wilhelmina to...
So,
I didn't,
I think the first couple, they had scrimmages before the seeding games, which is the end of the regular seeding games, and regular season games are synonymous, right? So they had a couple of scrimmage games before, and I think those were like pre-recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that makes sense because I saw them early on when they first started early on.
Right. And between that and just, man, it's just, they make the home team feel at home. So everything is centric towards who the home team is in Orlando.
Okay.
So they, if it's like Dallas versus the Rockets and the Rockets is the home team, everything on the screen is going to have everything to do with the Rockets.
Oh, cool.
So you're going to have the logos, you're going to have, fans. It's all
the fans are going to be in jerseys.
Most of them are going to be Rockets fans, but there are going to be a couple. Like they put the opposing teams or the away teams fans like on either end of the on either end of the basket. So they can distract.
Right.
When they do free throws. Yeah. I mean, they thought of everything, and I'm just so impressed. I expected all-star game energy, which is usually like on some like
silly, playful, not that serious.
From, going out late last night. I'm a little hungover, but ironically, they have the energy of the all-star game that happened this year, which was super intense, super awesome. It was probably the best all-star game that I think I said that on our episode 1 about how that all-star game was like the best all-star game that I've ever seen in my lifetime. But I just say all that to say I'm just super impressed. I mean, I am excited. Every night there's a game. Everybody has just come together, and I could keep talking about this ad nauseum, but I hope you guys feel how much love I have for how well this has been executed, how well it's been done. I cannot say the same thing about the NFL or the MLB. The MLB baseball is threatening to cancel the season if they can't get it together because people keep testing positive for the coronavirus. And we keep getting a 0 positive confirmation over at the NBA bubble. So again, not like y'all are hearing me yet, but commissioners of the other leagues, please, I know y'all have Adam Silver's number. Please
use it.
Just use it. Just use it.
Just call him. See how he's doing. Maybe he sees you struggling and will say, "Hey, how'd you go about maybe you should have have my people, get with your people."
Exactly. That's all I'm asking. I don't maybe it's happening right now. Who knows? But please, rule of thumb, because there's no guarantee that we're even going to have a regular season of any sport next year. So please. But I digress on that, but I'm just super impressed about how the NBA has been handling this. And the other thing I want to point out real quick is the audio, because this gymnasium that they play in is not made for NBA teams. So I just want to send appreciation to all the producers out there and all the sound mixers, all that stuff, because it's hard to make it sound like a regular NBA game. And you can be distracted just by that. So just all around the passion. I cannot wait for the playoffs because every game right now is a playoff game. The season ends very soon. It's only like 2.5 to 3 weeks of play.
Oh, wow.
Because it's only 8 games.
So they're playing like baseball games night after night?
Well, every other night. Every other night.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a thing back a couple years ago about playing back-to-backs. It was too much. It's not like baseball. You really should not be doing back-to-backs in basketball.
Yeah, no, because you're up, you're running the whole time. You're actually using nothing against baseball, folks, but a lot of y'all sit down for most of the game.
A lot of thick ones,
right?
out in baseball, hey, especially the older ones ready to like retire and get their pension.
Oh yeah,
you know what
they
I'm saying?
chilling.
Okay, so with that said, I want to talk about 2 players who I feel have improved and have much needed the 4.5-month hiatus. And that's Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and the Rockets as a whole.
Okay.
So usually with the Rockets, we'll talk about the Rockets for a second, then we'll talk about Westbrook and Harden. But usually the Rockets are, and I don't know how you feel about Houston fans. I think you said last week that you feel like that they're like diehard fans.
Oh yeah, gung ho.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but
what? Y'all foul with her?
No, we have some that are diehard like me. Again, look at my shirt today.
Clutch City, I see you.
But then you have some that are like bandwagon fans. When the team does good, and that's the majority. Okay.
Oh no.
Because it's just the majority. Like I get so angry it's me playing when everybody starts talking on social media about the Rockets and, go Rockets playoffs. I'm like, no, when they was like 22 and 26, like, at the beginning of the season, y'all weren't saying nothing. Now in the playoffs and, whatever, right? So we do have a lot of fair weather fans in Houston. No offense, Houston, but is what it is.
Get ready. They coming for you.
Right, I know. Like, get her off the show.
All right. Pitchforks and tiki torches.
Outside the door. But I say all that to say that, we've had our off years and we've had our on years. And I guess with the time off, it's done them well. So with the Rockets, usually they have, they may start on a good note and then end on a bad note, or the opposite. But this year they've had a pretty good year overall, and they already were guaranteed to go to the playoffs this year already. And so really these 8 games that they're playing right now is just for, I guess, for seeding. So to see where they end up placing and who they're going to end up playing in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay.
And throughout the playoffs. But I think that as a team, they needed the break. They look refreshed. We could talk about most recently as of this recording, they play the Blazers, and that did not end well for us because Melo just kind of ended it in our faces. But when we played, when the Rockets played the Bucks, that was a good Houston. We got the good Houston. We got everybody on all cylinders. They looked refreshed. Everybody was playing together. The only thing that and we have a deep bench too. So I think that we're good. The only thing I might be a little bit concerned about is that we're playing with we play with the smallest lineup in the league. So like, I think our tallest guy on the floor is 6'7", and a lot of forwards on other teams are like 6'9".
Oh, okay.
6'7", 6'9", somewhere around there. No,
okay,
closer to 6'9". So that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. But it's working out for us because we shoot a lot of threes. We shoot. The other night when they played the Bucks, I think it was somewhere in the 50s range, which is excessive.
Okay, and but the question: do they make a lot of threes?
They do.
Okay,
but yeah. So that's why nobody's really like. They're like, everybody they take a lot of 3-point attempts. But it's like, but they win it. So
leave us alone.
Yeah. And then the other night they had about a little over 30 attempts, which is still a lot. And so they live at the 3-point line, but as a team, they still have work to do. Like I said, the number of 3-point attempts are still in the surplus. Mm-hmm. Turnovers are still high. Turnovers are really high. And they're still getting out rebounded. So they still have a lot of work to do. But I think that Westbrook and Harden needed this time off because they are not spring chickens. They're not young and they're not old. They're just not spring chickens. And so they need the time off. Westbrook is always going to come and play. He's one of the players that you can tell will play at his heart out every single night. But I do think that they needed the time off. They're doing well with the time off. It's just, can you sustain it? Mm-hmm. The Rockets have a history of making it to the playoffs, okay, and choking.
Really?
Man, 1 year. Now, nobody's going to admit this, okay? 1 year. And it just pains me even talk about it. I know James Harden went out the night before. I know he did.
This was like here recently, right?
It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because I feel like I heard about it.
This is when V-Live was still open. There you go. You're welcome.
If you listened to, what was it, the last episode? It was the last episode. Episode 3.
Please don't come on my show.
Listen, you put those puzzle pieces together and oh my gosh.
It's all God. I'm going in your brain. I'm seeing like floating pieces, like just magically connecting.
First it was the numbers,
and then like a burst of light.
Right, a big bang.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm convinced that he went somewhere the night before. It was like a game 7, and I know he went out. Like I know he did.
Who does that?
And if he didn't,
even risk it?
I want him to come on here and tell me he didn't. But I feel like he did. And we lost. He was just so out of it that game. We lost the freaking game. We lost. We were out of the playoffs. And Yeah. So like we have, and even that aside, we've had years where when Dwight Howard was with the Rockets and it was Dwight Howard and James Harden, they didn't get along. So
really,
no. So, and I don't know if that was more of a Dwight Howard thing or a James Harden thing. I'm not even going to begin to speculate on that. I just know they didn't get along.
Well, I can because I don't know enough, but I know enough to know. I know enough to know that what is his name? Dwight Howard. He's not a lot of people's favorite.
That's right.
So you don't hear a lot about James Harden really being a troublemaker, but I mean,
no, he's very private. But the irony is that Dwight Howard was like the family guy. He was the poster boy when he first came into the league.
What was it? Orlando Magic?
Right.
I remember.
That's right. You are impressing me every day.
Out. And the only reason I remember that is because I remember the color of the jersey. I remember the blue, and black.
The
yes.
Yeah.
I remember. And I just, them damn shoulders. They go.
You say you got them Karl Malone shoulders. He's got a little head and big shoulders.
Right. And whatever
we getting petty. We are getting petty.
We're not going to talk about this man. Right. He's not here to defend himself.
Also, please come on the show.
Right. You and your shoulders. Look, we'll make room.
We're burning all the bridges right now. Please,
mad at us.
Please, sir. I'm not going on that show. All they do is talk about it.
We're just going to have a roasting session.
No, we're gonna have it to where he come on here and be like, y'all need to put some respect on me. Then he just gonna show up one day.
Right. You finished or you done? Get up and
put
walk
some respect
out.
on my name. Like, man, if they did, I'd be sweating.
That's how we.
Like,
okay.
Can I offer just some water? Just sit down. Just chill.
Just relax.
Chill.
It was all in good fun.
but they usually, I say that to say, yeah, they didn't get along and it translated onto the court. And then when Tracy McGrady was here, who I love, it didn't work out either. But that does not take away from how awesome he is. He's a Hall of Famer. I had the biggest crush on him.
Oh, and I heard he's a really nice guy too.
Really?
Yeah, he's super cool. Apparently they used to have parties all the time and he would just have people at his house. Like he's super cool. Is he still here in Houston?
Well, he works for ESPN. So I don't know if he's like back and forth or if he lives in Florida. He's from Florida.
Okay.
So, he's from Florida, but he it didn't work out when he was here, but we will have like a decent season. We have over 500 seasons than not. But then when we get to the playoffs, we might get past first round, maybe second round. Not often do we get to the Western Conference Finals, which is the series right before you get to the championship, the finals, right?
Okay.
And then when we do, we find some way to F it up. And, they might fight on the floor. Like they might argue on the floor. It's just always, something. But I am crossing my fingers that this year they do not unravel. This would be such a memorable win.
Oh, yeah.
Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever gets it.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
I gotta say, I like the Rockets. I love the Rockets, but I kind of want the Lakers to take it.
Yeah.
I just feel like this year they deserve it. And if they don't take it, I want to go through. Have you ever seen Remember the Titans?
Yes, that's one of my favorite movies.
Okay, so one of mine too. Okay, so the little girl, not Susie.
I forgot her name.
I can't think of her name for some reason.
Look, I'm talking about one of my favorite movies. I don't know her name.
Look, both of us though. I love it so much. I can't remember her name.
I think.
But I remember him calling her Susie, but that wasn't her name. Like it was like he just kind of said like.
Yeah, and she was like, "It's no." He was talking about her age, and she was like, "I'm 9.5."
Right.
Thank you very much.
It's a pretty little 7-year-old playing. But how she went in there and she's like, "Come on, guys, what's wrong with you acting like a bunch of knucklehead?" Like that's how I'm going into the Lakers locker room. What's the problem? What are you acting like a bunch? You're so stupid.
I just remember her name was very adult. I just forgot what it was.
Cheryl.
It was Cheryl.
That was her name. It was so Cheryl. I'm going to be Cheryl.
Very resume worthy.
Right?
But, I hope they're one of the teams that I think is one of the top teams in the bubble right now. They're 2-1, I believe, as of this recording.
And we're talking about the Lakers or
the Rockets?
Rockets. Okay, I'm sorry.
But the Lakers are as well as of right now. And that's definitely going to change by the time this show airs. But they're one of the top teams that in the bubble for me right now. I think that the championship is theirs to lose because I don't think I know people are noticing them, but I don't think that people are expecting them to come out the West and for the finals. I think that everybody thinks it's going to be the Lakers, which brings me to my next point. Let me just get through my top players and teams in the bubble first, and then I'll get to that because I feel like the pitchforks are going to come out once I say what I say. But right now, the top players that I have in the league as a whole, and the top teams, I'm going to say, is obviously let's just get them out of the way. LeBron James. People always every year he comes in. He's in the middle of his 17th year. Every year they say, is he done? Is this going to be his last year? Is he past his prime? And he's showing us yet again that he's like him and Tom Brady are taking the same drugs. Or the same supplements. Let's put it like that.
Oh yeah,
because these people do not age. They only get I'm not gonna say prime. He's not in his prime, but he's definitely.
Is he performing like he was in his prime?
He's close to it. He's consistent. He's refreshed.
Consistency, as long as it's not a consistently trash, consistency it's a good thing to ask for.
And he's agile, which is, yeah. But I'm about to put myself out there. When I was starting the YouTube videos, when I first started doing YouTube videos, I used to hate on LeBron James. Like,
why? Why?
Somewhere my 18-year-old nephew is disowning me. But
no, Cameron, come
back. Sorry, yeah, please. But it was before any of his championships, and he could not close out at that point, and he was resting a lot during the regular season, like towards the end of the regular season, and I got a lot of flack for saying, I would do videos saying, "Oh, he's resting again," and I just got so many like just hateful comments like, what do you know about basketball? Like, what? So because he makes money, he can't sit out? And it's like, nah, bro. I'm just saying.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
I'm just saying, like, he needs to like he's getting paid a lot of money. You're only going to be here for a certain amount of years. Like, do the thing. Like, play when you need to play, unless you're truly injured. And so, yeah, I got a lot of flack for that, but I don't feel that way anymore. Like, I have the most respect. Growth. Look at growth.
Look at that hair. That's Lakers inspired hair.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
I like it.
But I think he's past his prime, but he's not average by any means, by any stretch. He's still like the best player in the league. I mean, if you want to put him up, it's him, Kawhi, Harden, AD, which I'm gonna get to in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So LeBron James, I just wanted to get him off the list early because we know that he is one of the best players in the bubble and in the season as a whole. Let me talk about AD, Anthony Davis, real quick, because Anthony Davis, who also plays for the Lakers, who he actually, if you look at his stat line, if you just look at his stats for the whole season, not just the bubble, he's the best player on the Lakers. He's the most consistent player, not by much. Second is obviously LeBron, but he just doesn't get as much talk, I think, because of LeBron. So I think in a way it kind of takes the pressure off of him, but he's playing really good basketball.
So is this what you think the people are going to come for you for saying?
No.
Okay.
They might. But Anthony Davis in his own right. Like people love him too. So
and
they're great together.
No issues out of him. He started with the Pelicans, right?
Right.
So I'm Louisiana all day. So yeah, he's good in my book.
Right.
He can sit with us.
Right. So he's one of the top players in the bubble and in the league as a whole and this season. And the only reason people aren't saying as much about him is because he's playing with LeBron. LeBron gets all the attention all the time. Not to say he doesn't. He just LeBron gets it more.
Right.
But I feel like he can focus more on playing than having to deal with all the stuff that LeBron has to deal with. If you look at like the post-game interviews, yeah, he's interviewing here and there, but it's always LeBron. And then he's kind of coming in the cut like, what's up? Like, what y'all doing? You know, they play. You know, he's very playful with him.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so AD is another one of them. I want the Raptors as a team. I think people are counting them out. People are underestimating them because Kawhi left. He's with the Clippers now, obviously, and they're thinking, okay, well, Kawhi's gone, so you know. But LeBron has already said he's already shown respect for the Raptors, but not everybody is. Mm-hmm. And just because Kawhi's gone doesn't mean that they didn't have the structure in place. They're one of the most well-coached teams in the league. And I don't know what happened since this restart started, but, you know, in the beginning of the season, everybody expects the defense to be rusty. But
okay.
And so, you know, you get a lot of high-scoring games at the beginning of the season, but it's like everybody's getting open threes in the corner. Everybody's getting these shots in the lane, uncontested, you know, more often than usual. Mm-hmm. You know, not by much, but more often than usual.
Right.
So the Raptors are still defensively very good. So are the Bucks, but mainly the Raptors, and everybody else is kind of still gaining their bearings. It's really offensively lopsided right now as far as that. So the Raptors don't underestimate them. I feel like it's going to be between the Bucks and the Raptors coming out of the East for sure.
Ooh, is that so? Wait, I need to write this down because
yeah, you gonna hold me accountable?
If you are right, I might throw you a pizza party.
Ooh,
a pizza party. When's the last time? So you said the Raptors, and who else?
And the Bucks.
The Bucks.
Yeah, the Raptors, best teams. And let's just talk about the positive elephant in the room. Well, let me start with the Suns first, because the Suns are one of the other top teams coming into the bubble. But if you out there remember, they started the season hot. So I think they were maybe like 5-2 coming in, something like that. So They came in good. And the 2 games that they did lose, it was by like 1 point.
Oh.
So they started hot. And then,
who are their hot players?
Well, Devin Booker.
Okay.
And apparently TJ Warren.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Because, we're fresh off Devin Booker hitting his game-winning 3 over Paul George and Kawhi.
Oh, wow.
That was major.
I like it.
But like I said, the Suns started the season hot. And I feel like that's the same thing that's happening now, is that this is another restart. They kind of tapered off during the season. Mm-hmm. But I think people might have forgotten how they started, unless you're a Suns fan.
Or maybe thought that they would lose their momentum since, you know, they started hot and we stopped.
Right.
And now they're back in it.
Right. So now they're, like I said, they're doing really well in the restart. Mm-hmm. But nobody was expecting, Devin Booker, everybody knows about Book all day. But nobody was expecting who? And like TJ Warren is the dude that like you're having to like look up and research before you talk about him.
How long has he been playing? Where did it come from?
Who is this man? How old are you? Like,
right.
Is the Suns your only team? Or are you one of those like traveling athletes? Because I'm sorry, y'all. I did not know TJ Warren. I did not see him coming.
Yeah.
This brother has been so I'm happy for the Suns, but who? Like what? So I had to pull up his stats for his first couple of games. He's not only is he's okay, so he's averaging 40 points per game.
Wait, are we talking restart or
post restart?
Post restart. Okay.
Yeah, something happened. And
Michael's secret stuff.
Yeah, something happened, and usually he, from what I understand, because I'm not gonna pretend like I know TJ Warren and I've followed this man throughout his career. I have not.
Right.
But from my understanding, October, like usually when this NBA season starts, is not. It's historically his worst time of the season.
Okay.
But this is not October. This is August. And I feel like this man, I don't know what happened, but I feel like he feels like he has something to prove. But like I said, he's averaging 40 points a game, but those individual games were 53
and 20,
34 and 32.
Oh, so I saw one game, it was like 23, but I think it must have still been going on. But I think I watched the 53 game because everybody around was like, who is this guy?
Right.
Who is this guy?
Right. I think even Suns fans knew who he was, but they're like, yo.
Really?
Yeah. And his efficiency is what is so impressive. Like sometimes his shots, like he just be throwing up shit, like Dwayne Wade just be throwing stuff up sometimes, like throwing his body at, but he's made 60, and I'm not a stat person, but I just want to show you guys like how miraculous, is that the word I'm looking for?
No. Space Jam.
Impressive.
Remember Space Jam? Michael's secret stuff. I'm telling you.
He's knocked down 65% of his looks.
Wow.
And almost 61% of his threes. That's good.
Okay.
It's really good. And he only has one turnover in the 3 games that I'm speaking of. One turnover.
Ooh.
So it's almost like Linsanity. Like,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
like,
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Does he still play?
Overseas.
Okay.
Yeah. And the only reason he's even getting this chance is because there is a someone who's opting out who opted out of the restart. So he's getting more chance. He's getting more of a chance because of that.
Oh wow, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
And baby, he grabbed the basket by the balls.
And Oladipo is still out. So yeah, he took this opportunity and ran with it, honey, because nobody saw this coming. And yeah, so I the only thing is that I just don't want it to fizzle out. I would love to see. I like to see underdogs win. I like to see them win. Mm-hmm. So I hope that this propels them and they see this through, and he stays consistent. And this is just like now, like a whole new guy. But I already mentioned Devin Booker. We already know about him, but he's consistent. Honorable mention Carmelo Anthony, just because he's looking like first of all, for losing weight. Go ahead, Melo. He needed to lose. He was
getting a little thick.
I mean,
he was going through it though.
He was. You're talking about like trying to get that old thing back.
Personal life, and I remember everything that was going on with him getting traded at some point, and
he was with the Rockets for a bit.
I remember that. I was excited about that.
He shot the game-winning 3 the other night in the Rockets' face.
I like it.
Yeah, he's playing for the Blazers now. So
that's what you get.
Honorable mention to Melo. He lost that weight. He got that old thing back, and he's shooting threes in his former teammates' faces. I call that a win.
Hey, that is a win. That's a come up for real.
That's
glow
right.
up.
That's right. And so I mentioned the Suns and then the Blazers as well.
Okay.
I think that CJ and I'm losing my mind right now.
Take your time. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't know.
This is where the audience is like, Damian Lillard. They're playing good ball, but the only thing I'm worried about with the Blazers is that they don't have a deep team. So if one of them gets injured or it kind of messes up everything.
So they're playing at 100%.
Kind of puts a pencil on the spokes.
That sucks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of, yeah. They don't have the deepest bench. So, but I'm looking out for them. And then Dallas as well. Dallas is playing well, but that's not a surprise. And that's really it. But I'm going to say this before we switch over. And then I'm going to run out of the room.
Wait.
Because you might even be like shocked to hear that.
Yeah, the anticipation.
I'm so sorry.
I am sweating.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Let's do this.
I don't think the Lakers are a championship team.
What? No way. Why would you count them out so early? We still have time, and I just feel like all the motivation in the world is there for them to
absolutely
go like this and
absolutely
go like
I'm
that.
Not saying it's impossible, okay, because as a Rockets fan, okay, the Rockets won their second championship as the lowest seed and came back and won it all. So I am a believer, right? Okay. Let me just get that out of the way. I just don't think that the Lakers are a championship team. I feel like LeBron's going to do what he does and carry people on his back. I know he has a decent team. We're not talking Miami Heat. We're not, the group he had with the Heat, and we're not talking about. I know he's got JR. I know what he has with him. I know he's got AD. Like, I know.
Right. You just told me AD is better than LeBron stats-wise.
Yes.
So you telling me they got a LeBron and another LeBron and they still?
Yeah. And okay, so I just don't. I should have thought this out more because I feel like now. Well, I just feel like I have talking points, but it doesn't matter what I say. People are going to lose their minds.
Right.
Yes. Anytime LeBron is involved, they're going to go to the play, except for last year. But anytime LeBron is involved, they're going to go to the playoffs. I get it. It's going to happen, but I don't think unless the playoffs grow them up, because LeBron is the oldest, player on the team. They have a couple of aging players. They have some young guys too. AD is young, but I just don't think that they have what it takes. I could sit here and talk about stats all day. I could talk about, this player and that player. I just think cohesively, I do not think that they are going to win. Now write that down too.
I don't have to write it down. I'm never gonna forget it.
That is a bold
wake up in the middle of the night tonight.
And
Lakers.
I think that if I'm wrong, I should do something.
Ooh. Don't ask me to come up with it. I want the listeners to do it, because if it was up to me, you'd be dyeing your hair purple and yellow, because I have no chill, and I'm not even a Lakers fan like that. But how dare you? I am offended. I don't even know what to do with this information. And the fact that you were bold enough to say it, oh, honey.
I know.
Look, y'all, hey, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Look, we're going to be walking on the street, and somebody's going to, if somebody listens to this show, on YouTube. YouTube. Listen, all of y'all out there, where's the camera? Listen, all of you out there, please.
Listen, it's violent playing in the background.
My opinion. I'm ready for it. If you want me to come with a slideshow or talking points.
Come on, PowerPoint presentation.
I just want to be clear. I wasn't going to go into stats and, statistics and talk about, well, this player provides this and this player provides that. Sometimes there's just chemistry. Sometimes it's based on chemistry. I'm not saying they have bad chemistry. I'm not saying that at all. And I don't want y'all to come for me for that. I'm just saying I don't think that they are going to win it this year. I just don't.
We're going to see.
Who I think is going to win. You know what? I am going to do y'all a solid. I'm going to bring facts and figures next week, because I just wanted to give a bold prediction. But
that is very bold.
Yeah. But I know they have JR. Listen, I know they have Kyle. Like, I know. Okay. But
never mind. I'm not got the spirit of Kobe behind them.
That's true. And let me just say this too. I'm not mad if they do win. I'm not mad at all.
I feel like it's so important to the basketball culture that the Lakers win, that the Clippers at some point decided in the locker room, hey, y'all, we're not even going to try to be the team that comes out of LA and is triumphant. Let's just give this to the Lakers this year. And all we can do is say, hey, we did our part. We let it go. We didn't get y'all a run for y'all money this year. Hey, and it's up to you to take it from here. Like, I just feel like it's that serious. Like, LA would have run them out.
Yeah.
Had they even almost made it to the playoffs.
Right. No, and last year they didn't even make it to the playoffs. Last year was totally a rebuilding year. So
and that's fine. Everybody is allowed one or two.
Right. But the Lakers is a different animal. Like they barely got that one. They barely got that one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and it had to happen. But like 2 years in a row, nah, bruh. Nah. People are going to raise hell.
Hey,
but
barely, it doesn't matter. Barely or
almost
not.
Almost doesn't count.
Hey, a win is a win.
But, I just wanted to pull up the roster. I wanted to pull up the Lakers roster because I didn't want to say just JaVale McGee, okay? I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to say
Never even heard that
JaVale
name.
McGee. Okay, exactly.
Never heard that name.
Exactly. Okay? And I implore you to look up Shaqtin' a Fool. He can't, because Shaq can't talk about JaVale anymore.
Why?
Well, I'll let you look.
Okay.
He's literally not. He's just said he isn't going to talk about him anymore. But
I'm going to look it up.
You need to look it up.
I'm going to look it up.
And I'm not going to. I could have just said JaVale McGee. I could have said, I know, like I said, I know we got Kyle. I know we got AD. I know we got LeBron. I know we got JR. I know. But the rest of the team, Rajon is still injured, but he's coming closer to the bubble so he can rehab. So he might be back for the playoffs. I feel y'all. I get it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Okay? That's it. Nothing against the Lakers. Nothing against the team. If they win, awesome. But I just don't think it's...
I know what soundbite I'm putting on my IG story. I can't wait.
I'm just saying. And I feel like I could talk forever about this, but that is my bold prediction. Also, I want to say that does not mean that a couple years, like they're going to win the championship at some point. I just don't think it'll be this. Maybe next year. Maybe next year and the year after that and the year after that. And however long LeBron is here. And if he, if he brings enough people into where it transitions to where it's still a quality team, then yeah, sure. I just don't think it's going to be this year. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, I don't think she's sorry at all, y'all. I think she actually meant it. And I
have my ideas on who I do think is going to win it all, but we'll talk about that next week.
Oh yeah. Oh no. It's I got your number. I got you. I can't believe how offended I am. I can't wait to go home and talk about this.
I'm about to get it.
Well, that's quite all right.
But I got thick skin. It's okay. We're just talking about sports. A little healthy conversation ain't hurt nobody. Right. But I am down to do something if I am wrong.
Okay, so yeah. So
that's how bold this prediction is. If I do something... Yeah, I'll do something.
What we're going to do is some kind of way we're going to reach out to y'all or get y'all to reach back into us or however that works. And y'all just give us some suggestions. So tell us what should KP's punishment be?
And what should my reward be? Okay, am I right? Okay.
Okay, we'll see about that.
We'll talk offline.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But no, I need y'all to tell us what y'all want to see. What does KP have to do? What is her shame? What is her
Right. No, we're not gonna do that kind of shit.
What is it?
For all y'all Game of Thrones fans, it ain't happening. Okay.
No, we're gonna figure something out, y'all. So y'all get y'all's wheels spinning and we'll go from there. I will not forget this. And I cannot wait. I hope you guys are creative.
And I think that you should be the one to start that off. So
I will take responsibility.
Listen, when I tell you, shout out again to YouTube. I love y'all, man. Y'all are so honest. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it.
Fake screen names and all the time. Right. It was me the whole time. Look,
I'm gonna have one person from 5 different accounts being like, you don't know what the hell you talking about.
dislike.
Right. Hate her. You know what I'm saying?
Trash.
Sorry in advance, Braydience.
Girl, nah, it's cool. Hey, I know y'all better not. Look, I know that much. That's my friend.
Right.
I don't care how loud and wrong she is.
We shall see.
We're gonna see.
We'll see. Who or which teams step up as we get closer to the playoffs,
right,
and get deeper into the playoffs, and which are consistent. But overall, the restart has been just fun to watch. I'm a fan again. I feel rejuvenated. I'm glad it's back. This was the right decision, I think. And I think the players are happy about it. And I'm enjoying this restart, like I said, like I enjoyed the All-Star game this year. So I'm just overall happy until I leave, until this airs, and then we'll see after that. We'll see.
It's all good. Y'all be easy on her. Hopefully, what I am going to bring up is going to give y'all something else to talk about, and it won't be KP so much, not so much. And it's funny you mentioned Carmelo earlier, losing weight, getting that old thing back. And for y'all that don't know what that old thing was and what happened, him and his wife were having some issues, and he hit her with the baby come back. You can blame it. And, she was just like, I bet, let's do this. So, which is a beautiful thing. It's our family. It's just always a beautiful thing if it's not a toxic situation. But in regards to him losing weight, I have a question that's going to go back to, like I said, a couple weeks ago. We were talking about the aesthetic changes, and sometimes people feel as though they need to consult with their significant other. What about when there is no consultation and you have a suggestion that your significant other has to change something? And I'm talking weight, hair, the way they dress, whether or not the implants. And I'm talking any kind of implants you can think of: breast implants, thigh and calf implants, pectoral implants, penile implants. All the implants.
I forgot that even existed.
That is a thing. I don't know if they still do them, though. I feel like medicine should have evolved. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. But I'm wanting to know, you, KP, if you have a significant other and you would like to know, would like for them to change something, how do you go about communicating it?
So it depends. Well, it depends because
depends on who, on what.
Well, if it's something that they can potentially just do by accident and I notice it, then, kind of like I talked about a couple weeks back where I'm like, man, I like when you grow your beard out like that.
But we're not even going to make it that easy. I want it to be something that they have not done, that you've wanted or thought about, and just for some reason they just won't pick up on your telekinesis. Okay. And you have to communicate. Okay. Say you are getting fat. Okay. You dress homely, and you need to fix yourself up.
How
do you say that?
Okay. So those are like two big things for me.
What's that?
Style
and
athletic.
Obviously,
being athletic, you have to.
Sorry, camera. I'm just like,
you have to be athletic. You have to like taking care of your body and your insides. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be with me, so first of all, I think if that's my type, that's what I'm gonna be attracted to. But if he let himself go, you start getting dad bod or something like that.
A little gut.
Yeah.
A little love handle.
I'm a straight up person, but I also know how to say things in a way where it's not as offensive. So
so what is that way?
So if I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna ask you to come gym with me. Like, hey, can you come with me? At first it's gonna be, I really wanted to work out with you. Out
of nowhere, out of the clear blue.
Well, no, you dress it up. You build up to it.
Okay.
You let them know. Hey, my membership. Have you ever been to my gym? Because here's a perfect example. So I've dated somebody who has a membership at a different gym than I do. But the guy that I dated did not ever go to that gym.
Oh.
Ever.
He just had the membership. Did he go to other gyms or did he just not work out?
No, he just didn't work out. Okay. But he had a membership to one of the nicest gyms in the city. So at first, and then yes, he could have never been like overweight, but he did start to let himself go. He did have
got a little
tone, but yeah, then his belly, his six pack was gone and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I don't think you need to be like, you don't need to have six pack all day, every day.
Right.
But be in shape. So anyway, instead of going to my gym, I would say, hey, do you have guest passes? Can I go to your gym? I know I have to go with you, right? And like, I would start it that way.
Okay.
And then I think after that, he started catching on, and then he like got the hint, and then he started working out.
Okay.
But, then he stopped. So But I think it just depends on the person. Like,
so that's a weight thing. That you tell them, hey, come with me.
Yeah.
Come holler at my gym, check me out. But how do you with clothes? Haircut. How do you?
I'm very upfront about that. I've actually had those conversations.
So what do you say?
So when the opportunity arises itself, meaning like when I talk about, maybe something I wore, for example, or he says you look great, or I see what he has, I'll say, hey, what size do you wear? Because I know a lot of things that like, I feel like I would love to go shopping for you because there's so many things I'm thinking of, like so many looks that I think that you would look good in. And usually the first response is, well, I know how to dress. Like, I know how to dress. I'm like, yeah, but
defensive.
Right. But I'll say, but I could teach you some things because I really could. I could teach you some things. Like, I like a sleek, basic look, but I also like you to take chances. So like, I feel like I could provide that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like, I'll say like, I would love, let me just buy the stuff. Like, let me take you let me take you shopping. Let me buy the stuff that way. Like if you don't like it, you never have to wear it again. But if I do buy it and he does wear it, oh yeah, I'm gonna let him know. I mean, same thing. I'll be like, yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Okay.
You look good.
So you and I are pretty much in the same, I guess, approach. So if, it's not necessarily hey, you want to come to my gym or you should come to my gym. I'm going to ask, hey, can we start working out together? I'm just going to ask, can you think we could start working out? Now, mind you, I don't have that issue.
When you have that high voice like that?
Right. Babe, do you mind, you want to come to the gym? Right. So it'll be something like that. If I feel like you're just kind of letting loose a little bit, or hell, I might just walk by and slap it. Pow. You might want to tighten that up, brother.
Wait, you do? Okay, see, I wouldn't do that.
And honestly, it's all about, for me, delivery. It's always going to be a playful delivery, and, we're going to laugh about it in the moment. But if he in his feelings about it, then maybe it'll come up later. Say, man, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do your boy, right. And it's just like, we could talk about it then, but... And honestly, it would never be a me just on you. Well, I think you should, and you just kind of, no, it would be, I just got some things that I want to work on, and, I figured, hell, if I'm gonna do it, we might as well do it together. And with the clothing, haircuts, now clothing, I don't really know about that approach so much, which is literally why I'm asking you. I don't know how to, outside of going into the closet, looking at the labels, and going to the store and bringing something home. Hey, babe, I saw this and thought you might like it.
Right.
A haircut, though, because, man, dudes and their haircuts, it is a very serious thing.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about that as well. If you don't notice, when something switches up, there will be hell to pay. So, what I have figured out, because I told you, a time has come where that haircut wasn't what I wanted to be. But I knew enough to know, girl, you better shut up and let this one rot out. So I think I said enough in that moment when I mentioned how far up. I was like, okay, he should take that nugget with him to the barbershop the next time he goes. Shout out, I did notice you had a haircut when you came home today. My bad for not mentioning it.
Was it the same?
No, it was not the same. That's why it wasn't. It was just the normal dopeness, like what I'm used to, and I'm just used to him, edged up, looking crispy.
He went back and he said, "Man, just do it the regular way."
Yeah, man, that's what we tried last time, and it was a flop.
It was a no-go, bro.
But like the clothing, so I would not the clothing, the haircut. What I would do, and I had to think about this. I would have to pull up as many, I guess, haircut suggestions as I would want him to see, but it would have to be an ugly dude in the picture with the haircut. It cannot be an attractive dude, because if it's an attractive dude, then that's going to be a whole nother conversation. Because I can't say, babe, I think you, because guys have this thing.
At a dude like that.
Right. What dude you done seen with that? Or, you bring home a new cologne. What dude you smelled had this on? Why are you trying to get me to smell like another dude and look like another dude? So you can get into those conversations, but it's a whole lot easier, in my opinion. Just, hey, man, I think, you would kill this haircut. Like, what you think about this? And he probably gonna side eye you. But then you find another, like I say, it's gotta be the ugly dude matters.
Yeah.
But now I got a curveball for you.
Oh, okay, because I got 2 for you.
Ooh.
But go ahead.
Wait.
I got 2 for you, but go ahead.
Okay. So let me get this one out of the way. What do? You said with the working out, hey, you should come to my gym, this, that, and the other. What if they hit you with a, nah, I'm good? What if everything you suggest, they're like, nah, no thanks. And you get yourself in a position where you end up having to ask them again because it's like, hey, it's getting out of line. I'm too shallow for this. I'm going to step out on you. You better get this together. And they're like, nah, I'm good. Like, love. What do you, how would you handle something like that? Because by the time that you mention it the second time, it's like on their mind.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a complex.
Oh, yeah. And it's not even something that they're going to talk to you about initially. They're going to find a friend. Whoever they talk to about everything, they're going, yeah. Twice. I don't know who she, this, that, and the other, but for some, she thinks I'm fat or whatever guy. I don't know how dudes talk. I mean, I kind of do, but you know how guys get together and they, obviously something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a great question.
How do you fix a nah, I'm good?
It's a great question because I've never gotten that far. Like it's always worked out. I've never had a situation where somebody just let themselves go completely, or the look is, oh, yes, it has happened. Yes, it has happened. I'll let it ride for a couple. Yeah, I'll let it ride for a couple weeks or a couple months. Just depending on what time frame it is. I'll let it ride for a while, and then I'll see if he finds the wherewithal on his own to do it. But if not, then I do have a come to Jesus conversation, and I say, when the time is right, hey, I noticed you stopped going to the gym. You're not really caring about dressing the way that you dress, and I used to love your style, and like used to like take such good care
about
of
what
yourself.
Doesn't fit.
Yeah, and you always talk about like this and that. So like, so what's up? And then like hopefully you get to the bottom of it, and then like you together you come up with a plan. Because I'd be like.
And I avoid awkward conversations like the plague. And here recently, I've gotten to a point where I kind of got to say it. Like I literally live by life is short. You don't know who's going to be here. So I'm probably just say it, but I'm going to be, everything is always a joke with me.
Yeah.
So you don't really know whether to take it serious. Right. Say, bruh. Like, you don't know whether to take it serious or not. But just know if I'm joking about it, I probably mean it a little bit.
Right.
There's always a little truth to every
I was just going to say that. Yep. But, oh,
come on.
Well, 2 things. First,
what you got?
Not everybody likes purple hair, okay? Not everybody likes purple hair on their woman, okay? Let's just put that out there, okay?
Ooh.
So whoever's with me has to be like a cool individual. Like that person's probably like, you look good no matter what you do, right? And that person's probably secure in his own manhood. It's like,
right.
I don't care what you do. I know it's going to look good and whatever.
Right.
But some guys don't like that. So I feel like on the other end, if somebody were to come to me and say, yeah, I know that you thought the purple was a good idea because your haircut is a certain way and it doesn't look like, crazy, but you're a professional. You shouldn't have purple hair. You know what I'm saying? Then I'd be like, well, you know what? I don't have to go into work. We're in a pandemic right now.
Exactly. Now is the time.
And this is the time. Okay. Let me live my life. Let me live my dreams. Are you saying you want to no?
Right. What's it to you?
But, for all of what I'm saying I would do, some people may not like what I do. Like I didn't mention this the last time we had a conversation similar to this, but I changed my whole body type 2 years ago. I used to be rail thin.
Oh, I've seen those old promo pics.
And now,
va-va-voom.
I'm like,
she fine, y'all.
Slim thick. Like I'm thicker now.
Yeah, no, she slim thick. The definition of slim thick.
But I made a conscious choice. I said, I hired a trainer. I said, I'm going to fill out because I just got tired of looking at my clothes. I'm not meant to be skinny. I'm 5'10", but I just don't feel like I'm. So I changed my whole look while I was in a relationship.
And how did that go over?
It went over fine, but not everybody likes it. He could have came to me at some point and said, "Yo,
right,
what's up? Are you like kind of just trying to gain weight or?"
Right.
Yeah, it didn't happen like that, luckily, but yeah, it could be like that on the other side too. So like, I know it's not one-sided, but not everybody likes freaking purple hair on their woman, their wife, their girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. So yeah, and then the last thing I'm gonna say is that
the curveballs. I need my curveballs.
That was one
thing.
Yeah, this is it. This is the purple hair was one of them. Like just the other point of view. Okay. Would you ask somebody to get a vasectomy?
Oh, yes. Yes. And because you asked, do you need a reason why?
Sure.
If I can still get pregnant and I don't want to risk getting pregnant, I don't want to have to move in the manner in which we are.
Okay, I got it.
You got it, right?
I got you.
I don't have to do all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the club, here's the gun. Do your thing. So I would ask for easily. I mean, because I mean, especially considering in situations like that, when it comes to fertility and continuing to have kids or not having kids anymore, so many times or so often it's the woman's body who they do all the adjustments to, the clipping and tying and burning of your tube. No, how about you clip and tie and burn your tubes?
I think, I would ask as well. I would.
As you should.
I definitely would ask. Yeah. But I think it depends on what type of relationship you're in too. Boyfriend, long-term relationship.
I mean, if it's married, it's gotta be a long-term relationship. Yeah, if you're asking a man to not be able to have kids.
Like, listen, we're done. I'm done.
Oh,
are you done?
Are you done? Are you finished?
Good.
Are you done?
Because I would definitely ask.
Because if you're not done, and I am done.
Because if you not,
we need to have another conversation. Because, but no, that would definitely that was a curveball.
Yeah.
So, but no, that was about it. I don't have much.
That was a good one.
And this is honestly, y'all, this is probably how it's gonna be. Just because sports is here, and that's what people want to hear, and I'm learning.
We're gonna intertwine the two on some level. Like I think that because I mean we're just talking about Melo and getting that old thing back. So more of that.
Right. I ain't gonna lie. I pulled a muscle reaching for that connect though.
It was good.
Thank you.
You know what? Nobody noticed. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, that's it for the show this week. But I either myself or Braydience will probably post something about what I should do.
Oh yeah.
Should the Lakers win it all?
I want to know. I want to know what y'all come up with because I want to nail her butt. I should look.
She's not even a fan.
Ooh.
So I'm not. I am literally like wondering how this is gonna play
wait till
out.
you come across a Lakers fan.
Yeah. You know what I think? I just don't want anything like thrown in my face. Please don't.
Oh God, nothing wet. Don't touch it with anything wet. Oh.
Yeah.
Nah, this Texas. It's open carry. We don't play them games.
Yeah. But next week I will, amongst other stories, I'll talk about who I do think will win it all, out the East and the West, and much more sports stuff as usual.
For the usual.
Yeah, and by then we'll be hitting the playoffs, I think. So it'll be a fun time. We'll do more than the NBA next time, but it's just the NBA is just what's popping right now. It really is. So
that's what's up.
And wherever you are, wherever you're listening, however you're watching, thank you so much. And we will check you out next week.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
That's right.
Adios.